Hey guys, Stephanie with AmericanMuscle.com here with these upgraded half-shaft axle assemblies from Ford Racing for 2015 and up Mustangs. Upgrading the half-shafts of the S550 is going to be a good idea for any owner, especially those that plan on testing the limits of the factory units with spirited driving or some track time. So if you're worried about running into problems or you plan on hitting the track, then the Ford Racing half-shafts are going to be a good option since the S550 stock half-shafts are a weak point and they need to be upgraded in order to hold up to the abuse. Now these are sold as individual units if you just need one side or the other, but if you're looking to upgrade, you're looking for both sides, so it's going to be nice to have a pair to buy in one purchase. These are upgrades over the factory half-shafts and they're going to be upgrades for a few reasons. Everything on these guys is either CNC machined or it's billet. These have billet CV internals and they're severe duty serviceable CV joints that have CNC billet centers. The CNC portions are machined from Aerospace high alloy materials, so this is a material that's proven its strength and its lastability in the field already. They also have a billet one-piece 34 spline inner and a 32 spline outer stub end just for a little added reinforcement. So Ford doesn't give a specific horsepower or torque rating for these half-shafts, but it's safe to say that they're ready to handle pretty much whatever you have to throw at them. The other part of the strength of these axles comes from the design itself. So you have all of the upgraded components, but the design of the axle is what helps to keep it from breaking. A strong axle design is one that has a constant twist the entire length of the axle. A constant twisting rate allows the force of the twist to be distributed throughout the entire axle and not just concentrated at one point. Now this is unlike the factory units where the shaft itself just snaps. Now we saw this ourselves with our 2015 GT at the track and it left us packing the car up on the trailer and heading home rather quickly. And we still have the broken half shaft laying around, so I just grabbed it real quick to show you guys the difference. The stock shafts are only known to last about 10 to 20 passes if you're lucky. When we broke ours, we did have a few passes on the half shaft, but we even had a bias ply tire in the cart to keep it easier on the drivetrain and only some bolt-on mods. And just looking at the two for an overall comparison, it's easy to see that the Ford Racing half shafts are stockier and they're beefier. See how the stock shafts neck down right here at the ends? That's exactly where this thing broke. The Ford Racing shafts keep a consistent diameter throughout, and that goes back to what I was saying about evenly maintaining the force of the twist. Two other cool features that these half shafts have are the anti-wheel hop technology in the half shaft itself and the E-coating. Now the anti-wheel hop technology can be boiled down to different diameters between the axles. The right side has a larger diameter than the left. This design, plus the material that's used in the half shafts themselves, helps to stop the wheel hop. Being completely honest here, the factory half shafts are different sizes as well, so the big difference between these is going to be in the materials. And the E-coating is going to help protect these from corrosion. E-coating is just a fancy way of using electrical currents to lay paint smoothly and evenly, but it is a pretty cool method. Just like other aftermarket half shafts, these are a couple pounds heavier than the factory half shafts. You're looking at a 64 packaged weight for this kit, which is a small weight gain, but I think the benefits far outweigh the weight gain here. The upgraded half shafts are needed in order to be reliable on the street or at the drag strip if there's a ton of hard driving going on. So looking at price, the kit, which includes both sides, costs just under $1,700. You do save a few bucks by purchasing the pair, but like I said earlier, you can purchase these individually. There are other options when it comes to half shafts for the S550 though. You can always check out the DSS offering if the Ford Racing one is a little bit on the expensive side for you. The install can be considered difficult with this one, and I'm going to call it a 3 out of 3 wrenches on the scale. I would take this to a shop for the install if you don't have any prior experience in this area, since it does involve a lot of work. But if you do decide to tackle this yourself, a lift and a second set of hands can go a long way and help you here. You need a handful of different sockets, wrenches, and miscellaneous tools, as well as a torque wrench, and you can plan on about an hour or two for each side, depending on if you have some help or not, and if you're working off a lift or not. Wrapping things up, the Ford Racing half-shaft assemblies for the S550 Mustang offer an upgrade over the factory half-shafts in both materials and construction, and I'd suggest checking these out online and seeing what you think for yourself. I'm Stephanie, and for all things Mustang, keep it right here at AmericanMuscle.com.